In the hills of a quiet village surrounded by green valleys and flowing rivers, there lived whispers. Whispers about a woman so beautiful that even the wind seemed to slow down when passing near her home. People said her beauty was beyond imagination. Her skin glowed like the morning sunrise. Her eyes carried peace and sorrow at the same time. Her smile could melt anger from the hardest heart. And her voice sounded like music from heaven. But there was one strange thing. No man in the village had ever truly seen her. Not closely, not clearly, not even once. Some said she lived hidden because she was cursed. Others believed she was protected by spirits. Old women in the market claimed she carried a secret blessing too powerful for ordinary people. Yet nobody knew the truth, until one unforgettable day. A day that changed the village forever. A day that made men travel from every corner of the country. And a day that revealed the hidden blessing she carried inside. The village of Kijani was peaceful. Children ran barefoot through dusty paths. Women sold vegetables and fruits in the market. Men gathered under giant trees discussing farming, politics, and football. But every evening when the sun began to disappear, people would lower their voices whenever they passed near a small house surrounded by tall flowers at the edge of the village. That house belonged to a woman named Amara. Nobody knew exactly where she came from. She had arrived years ago with an old woman believed to be her grandmother. The grandmother rarely spoke. She only warned the villagers. "Grandmother, do not disturb her peace. The time will come when the world will know who she truly is." The villagers respected the warning. Amara stayed hidden. She never attended ceremonies. She never walked through the market. She never joined dances or weddings. Whenever she needed anything, her grandmother bought it. And at night, some villagers claimed they heard her singing. A soft, beautiful voice floating through the darkness. Men who heard it could not sleep. They would sit outside their homes, staring into the night, wondering about the mysterious woman. As years passed, the mystery only grew stronger. Travelers passing through Kijani heard stories about the unseen beauty. Some laughed. Some became curious. Some traveled long distances hoping to catch a glimpse of her. But nobody succeeded. One man climbed a tree near her house. Before he could see anything, a swarm of bees attacked him. Another man tried sneaking near her window at night. He slipped into a muddy ditch and broke his leg. The villagers began to fear the mystery. But the men became obsessed. Especially after one rainy evening. A young boy named Timo got lost in the forest during a storm. People searched the entire night. The next morning, the boy returned home safely. Shivering, frightened, but alive. When villagers asked what happened, the boy spoke softly. "Timo, she saved me." The villagers froze. "Who?" they asked. The boy looked toward Amara's house. "Timo, the beautiful lady from the flower house." The entire village became silent. The boy described her. Long dark hair. Eyes brighter than river water under sunlight. A face so beautiful it frightened him. And a kindness that made him feel safe. From that day, the rumors spread beyond Kijani. Men in cities, men in neighboring villages, even wealthy businessmen, all wanted to see the mysterious beauty. Soon, powerful men started arriving. Some came with expensive cars. Some came with gifts. Others came with pride and arrogance. A wealthy chief once arrived with 10 cows. "Chief, I will marry her. No woman should hide from the world." But the grandmother refused. A famous businessman brought gold jewelry. Another man promised to build a mansion for her. One politician even offered land and money. But every man received the same answer: no. This made the men more desperate. How could a woman reject powerful men so easily? What secret did she carry? Why was she hidden? One evening, several men gathered in the village center. They argued angrily. Man 1, she thinks she is better than everyone. Man 2, no woman can hide forever. Man 3, we must see her ourselves. An old elder listening nearby shook his head. "Elder, be careful. Some blessings are hidden for a reason." But nobody listened. Every year, Kijani held a harvest festival. People danced, drums echoed through the night. Food filled every table. That year, excitement filled the air because many believed Amara would finally appear. Even strangers from distant towns arrived. The entire village was crowded. Young men dressed in their best clothes. Old men combed their beards. Musicians played loudly, and everyone waited. Hours passed. No sign of Amara. People grew disappointed. Then suddenly, the drums stopped, the wind blew softly, and all eyes turned toward the path leading from the flower house. A woman dressed in white slowly walked toward the celebration. The crowd became silent. Men forgot to breathe. Women stared in shock. Children hid behind their mothers. It was Amara, more beautiful than anyone imagined. Her beauty did not look ordinary. It carried peace, warmth, and sadness. The men could not take their eyes off her. Some whispered prayers. Others fell completely speechless. One man dropped the drink from his hand. Another forgot his own wife standing beside him. Even the musicians stopped playing. Amara walked calmly through the crowd, but strangely, she did not smile. Her eyes looked heavy, like someone carrying a deep burden. Then something shocking happened. An old blind woman sitting near the stage suddenly screamed. "Blind woman, The blessing, The blessing has come." People jumped in fear. The blind woman began crying. "Blind woman, I can see light around her." The crowd stepped backward. Fear spread everywhere. Before anyone understood what was happening, Amara suddenly collapsed. The entire crowd rushed forward. Women screamed. Men panicked. Her grandmother pushed through the people. For the first time, the old woman looked terrified. Villagers carried Amara into a nearby house. Hours passed. Nobody slept. Outside, hundreds of people waited anxiously. Finally, near midnight, the grandmother stepped outside. Her eyes were filled with tears. The villagers became silent. Then she spoke words nobody expected. "Grandmother, she has carried the blessing for many years, but now the time has come." Nobody understood. A man stepped forward. "Man, what blessing?" The grandmother looked at the sky. "Grandmother, Amara was not hidden because of a curse. She was hidden because wherever greed follows beauty, destruction follows too." The villagers listened carefully. "Grandmother, when she was born, wise elders saw a rare sign. They said her kindness and purity would one day heal broken hearts, restore hope, and unite people. But they also warned that selfish men would try to own her beauty instead of respecting her soul." The crowd lowered their heads. The grandmother continued. "Grandmother, so I protected her. I kept her hidden from the greed of the world." Then she revealed the shocking truth. Amara was carrying a child. The entire village gasped. But there was no husband, no wedding, no known man. The whispers exploded everywhere. Some called it impossible. Others called it a miracle. The next morning, Amara finally spoke publicly for the first time. The whole village gathered. Even people from neighboring towns arrived. Amara stood weak but peaceful. Her beauty seemed even brighter in daylight. But her words touched hearts more than her appearance. "Amara, all my life people wanted to see my face, but nobody wanted to know my heart." The crowd became silent. "Amara, men traveled from far places hoping to possess me. Some offered riches, some offered power, but nobody asked if I was lonely. Nobody asked if I was happy." Several men lowered their heads in shame. Tears filled Amara's eyes. "Amara, the blessing I carry is not beauty. Beauty fades. The true blessing is love, kindness, compassion, and healing." Then she revealed the truth about the child. Years earlier, during a terrible storm, a wounded stranger had arrived near her house. The man was poor, hungry, and close to death. Unlike the others, he did not care about her beauty. He treated her kindly. He spoke to her like a human being. For the first time in her life, Amara felt seen, not admired, not desired. Seen. The stranger stayed only a few days before leaving. But before leaving, he told her something unforgettable. "Stranger, one day the world will stop chasing your face and start learning from your heart." Soon after, Amara discovered she was pregnant. But the stranger never returned. Nobody knew where he went. Some believed he died. Others believed he was sent by God. The story spread across the country. Newspapers wrote about the mysterious beauty. People traveled to Kijani, but something strange happened. When men finally saw Amara in person, many began changing. Not because of her beauty, but because of her words. Men who used to chase women carelessly began respecting them. Young boys started helping elderly people. Families reconciled. Quarrels in the village reduced. Even greedy leaders softened their hearts. The village changed completely. Amara's hidden blessing had finally begun working. Not through magic, not through wealth, but through kindness and truth. Months later, the entire village waited anxiously. Amara went into labor during a heavy rainfall. Thunder shook the sky. Women gathered inside the house to help. Outside, villagers prayed. Hours passed. Then suddenly, a baby cried. The rain stopped instantly. Birds began singing. and sunlight broke through the clouds. The women inside the house burst into tears of joy. Amara had given birth to a healthy baby boy. When the grandmother carried the chai